With the elections coming up, we face an important decision: choosing leaders who will shape our future. Leadership isn't just about promises. It requires action, vision, and true commitment. But how can we genuinely get to know the leaders who seek to lead us? Buenas Zamboanga, I'm May Maraviles, and this is the Local Candidates Interview, your front row seat to knowing the leaders who aim to shape our city's future. This special series is brought to you by Ateneo de Zamboanga University in partnership with the Commission on Elections and the United Front for Honest, Orderly, and Peaceful Elections. We're here to keep you informed so you can make the best choice this coming election. Joining us today is Manuel Jose Manix Dalipe, who is running for Zamboanga City Mayor. Sir Manix, welcome.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you, May, and thank you, Ateneo, for having me here.
It's good to see you also,
yes,
sir.
Good to see you too.
So, sir, based on your data sheet, you've been in politics for nearly 30 years.
Yes, I started at an age of 25 as a city councilor, and right now I'm on my last term as congressman of the 2nd Congressional District of Zamboanga.
What do you wish, sir, people understood better about you?
Well, Manix Dalipe is one public servant who wish more development for Zamboanga City. It is my passion and the desire to make Zamboanga City more progressive, more peaceful, and more orderly.
All right. And how do you define leadership?
Well, leadership should be one of sincerity, should be one with dedication, and it should be one with the foresight and vision for the progress and development of Zamboanga City. So leadership should be one with what I call moral ascendancy over the people.
Okay. And what do you believe is the most important role of a city mayor?
Well, the important role of a city mayor is policy making and implementing the policies that you direct, because the city mayor would be setting the policy and the Sangguniang Panglungsod will be there to legislate it. After the legislation part, the local chief executive or the mayor of Zamboanga City will be the one who will enforce those policies. And those policies should be geared towards the further development and progress of Zamboanga City.
In your first 100 days in office, what programs or actions would you prioritize and why?
First 100 days. Of course, I have to meet all the department heads who will be my partners in implementing this new policy direction. Because right now, my brother is the incumbent city mayor, and basing my discussions from him, we have a lot of things to further change in the city of Zamboanga, particularly positive change, which the entire city or all the people should be able to embrace and adopt. Especially, we have to make some sacrifices, especially when we want to solve problems of Zamboanga City. So in the first 100 days, it will be more of bringing everyone in as a team and pushing forward for that vision and the goal of making Zamboanga City a better place.
If you win, if you become mayor, how do you envision Zamboanga in the next 3 years?
Yeah, it will be Zamboanga City that will be more of in the next 3 years, we will work on a Zamboanga City which will expand further outside, because the city needs expansion. And we will continue to build more roads, highways, and we want to solve all the problems we're experiencing right now. We started to solve some of the problems, but it is not yet enough. 3 years for Zamboanga City to solve, or should I say, to solve the problems of Zamboanga City, we need more time, because when I was talking with the incumbent mayor, he said we were able to uncover more problems when he got down to sit in City Hall. So, mas maraming problema ang nahalungkat namin na kailangan natin bigyan ng solusyon. Lalo na sa traffic, akala ko, okay na yung mga ilang highway na ginagawa ko para matulungan yung traffic, pero kulang pa. Kailangan pa natin magbukas ng mas marami pang kalsada, mas maraming highway. So, mas marami pang kailangan natin ng mga problema na bigyan ng solusyon. Ngayon lang namin nakita nung umupo si John Dalipe as mayor. So marami pa ng problema yung Zamboanga na hindi nakikita ng ordinaryong tao na pero at least in this term of the Mayor John, nakikita namin, kailangan namin na simulan na.
All right. Now let's
solusyon.
Thank you for that, sir. Now let's get into the heart of the discussion. Your plans and solutions for some of the biggest challenges facing Zamboanga City today. So the topics we're covering aren't random. They come from insights gathered during a multi-sectoral, multi-stakeholder focus group discussion led by Ateneo in partnership with various community sectors. These issues reflect the real concerns of Zamboangueños. So we're looking forward to hearing concrete and actionable solutions from you. To keep things fair and interactive, we've got a fishbowl here, sir, with 10 key issues. One by one, you'll draw a topic, and for each, we'd love to hear your plans and strategies. You'll have a total of 20 minutes to go through all 10 issues, so practically 2 minutes per issue.
Okay.
It's up to you how you manage your time as long as each topic gets covered. So, sir, please pick your first issue.
Okay. I'll pick one.
All right.
Yes.
Sige, thank you. So your first issue is power.
Power.
So the question is, Crown Investment Holdings took over Samselco's management in 2019, but problems like power outages, inefficiency, and system losses are still happening. On top of that, reports say the debt has grown to 4 billion pesos, raising concerns about who will end up paying for it. If you're elected as mayor, how will you tackle the city's electricity issues? And would you support a cooperative entering a new joint venture?
Okay. Well, si Manix Dalipe po, ako po yung isang congressman na dinala itong issue sa Kamara. No, na halungkat namin na merong malaking problema ang Samselco at ang Crown Investment Holdings. Nakita namin sa congressional inquiry na yung kontrata ng Crown at ng Samselco ay void ab initio. Kasi illegal po yung bidding na ginawa ng Samselco para i-award ang isang kontrata para sa Crown Investment Holdings. So, pag naging mayor ako, siguro yun ang unang titingnan natin na i-cancela na yung kontrata ng Crown Investment Holdings or hihingin natin sa National Electrification Administration na cancelahin na yung kontrata para at least hindi na nakatali yung Samselco. Kasi wala naman talagang mabuting binigay yung Crown Investment Holdings. Actually, Samselco is losing 70 million pesos a month for that management contract. Crown Investment Holdings is managing Samselco, but it is giving Samselco 70 million pesos a month losses. So in 1 year, malaki yung nalulugi ng Samselco. Pero nung congressional inquiry, nalaman po natin na walang legal na kontrata ang Crown sa Samselco kasi yung bidding na ginawa nung Omar Sahi Board ay void ab initio kasi illegal. Hindi pwede yung Board of Director maging Special Bids and Awards Committee. So siguro, would I support a new joint venture? Siguro kung susuporta man ako sa new joint venture, kailangan yung mga experts na. Yung magagaling, yung marunong nang humawak ng isang malaking syudad katulad ng Zamboanga at may experience na rin na humawak ng malalaking syudad katulad ng Manila, Cebu, or Davao. Because electricity, yan ang pinaka-importante sa atin at pinaglalaban ko ang murang kuryente for Zamboanga City.
All right. Thank you for that, sir. Can we have the next issue, please? So the next issue is traffic.
Yes.
Very relevant. A 2023 study found worsening traffic in Zamboanga City, with commuters facing 30-minute delays per trip and losing 2 hours daily. Many are frustrated with the limited, unreliable, and uncomfortable public transport system. The question is, how would we solve the city's traffic problem? And what's your strategy for improving transportation?
Pag ako ay nahalal bilang mayor ng Zamboanga City, ang una ko titingnan yung comprehensive land use plan. Kasi kung titingnan mo, kung hindi maayos ang pagplano ng Zamboanga, diyan nangyayari yung traffic congestion. Halo-halo yung industrial, commercial, residential. Pagpunta mo ng trabaho sa umaga, sabay-sabay yung truck, sabay-sabay yung mga estudyante, yung mga parents nila. So, kailangan natin ayusin muna ulit. At in the previous, lahat po ng umupong mayor, hindi nila to tiningnan. Ngayon po kay Mayor John Dalipe, kapatid ko, sinasabi ko sa kanya, kailangan talaga ayusin. So, nung nag-usap kami, nakita namin na there is a need to revisit and update the land use plan of Zamboanga para hindi po nag-aaway-away sa kalye yung mga gumagamit ng kalsada. Siyempre, gumagamit na kalsada is industrial, commercial, and yung mga residents. So, pag nakaayos lahat ng land use plan ng Zamboanga City, mas maayos natin yung flow ng traffic. At yan talaga ang isang solusyon. Next is, pwede natin sabihin, medium term, gawin natin yung mass transport like bus rapid transit para pwede natin ibiyahe from point A to point B as mas malaking volume ng pasahero. Kasi yan rin Kasi ngayon ang nangyayari sa Zamboanga, kanya-kanya ang bawat pamilya, kanya-kanya bawat pasahero, may kanya-kanyang sasakyan. Pero pag tingnan natin yung mga malalaking developed cities, ang isang solusyon nila is mass transport. At kailangan natin for Zamboanga. Yan na yung kapartner ng sinasabi kong kailangan ayusin yung land use plan plus yung mass transport para masolve natin yung traffic ng Zamboanga City. Yan in addition sa mga ginagawa ko ngayong pag-construct ng mga bagong highways.
Would you be phasing out tricycles, sir?
Hindi naman yung tricycle ang problema. Yung problema nga yung land use plan Kasi naghahalo-halo yung naghahalo-halo yung gumagamit ng kalsada from different sectors. Like industrial, siyempre nandun yung truck, nandun yung yung commercial plus yung mga residents pupunta sa eskwela. Hindi kasi nakaayos. Kasi if you look at the design of Zamboanga City, it is in the morning, it is one way going in, and in the afternoon, it is one way going out. Kasi hindi na pag-aralan at hindi binago ng mga previous administration yung master development plan or yung land use plan ng Zamboanga. Parang, mix. Naghalo yung industrial zone, commercial zone, naghalo rin yung residential zone.
Correct. Let's have the next issue, sir. Thank you. The next issue is on peace and order, specifically shooting incidents. Zamboanga City has seen a rise in shootings, prompting the deployment of the AFP to assist the police in maintaining order. This comes amid an election gun ban that continues to be violated. What do you think is the best solution to this problem, and how can we strengthen peace and order in the city?
Well, kailangan natin labanan yung mga illegal. Ang Dalipe administration, si Manix Dalipe, kasama ko si Mayor John Dalipe, nung umupo yung Dalipe administration sa City Hall, nilalabanan natin yung mga illegal. At alam ng buong Zamboanga, ang Dalipe, wala kami sa illegal. Kontra kami sa illegal. Kontra kami sa smuggling, kontra kami sa droga, kontra kami sa illegal quarrying, illegal logging, lahat, illegal gambling, lahat ng illegal kontra ang Dalipe. Yan po, dyan tayo nagkaroon ng problema. Sinasabotahe tayong ng mga illegal, ng mga criminal syndicate kasi hindi kami pumapayag na mag-operate yung mga illegal sa Zamboanga. Unlike siguro dati, alam ng military and police yung talamak, yung smuggling sa Zamboanga City. Ayaw namin ng smuggling kasi diyan pumapasok yung droga. Ngayon kasi anong nangyayari sa Zamboanga, yung mga criminal syndicate, gusto nila palitan ang administrasyon. Gusto nila palitan yung liderato ng isa na mas komportable sila. So anong ginagawa? Nagugulat na lang kami minsan na bakit ang isang pedicab driver, bakit yung isang nagtitinda ng gulay, binabaril siya ng isang high-tech riding in tandem. Ano ba yung kasalanan ng isang pedicab driver na yung kalaban niya mag-hire pa ng sophisticated gun for hire o yung nagtitindang ng gulay sa bagsakan na yung babaril sa kanya, may backup pa, may riding in tandem. So yung gumagawa ng krimen dito ay gumagastos para paguluhin. And ito naman po, nasa handbook yan ng mga propaganda, even ng mga communist even before. 'Di ba? Gusto nila guluhin ang sistema para isipin ng tao magulo na yung bayan at papalitan nila yung liderato. So, yan ginagawa, nakipag-ugnayan tayo sa Philippine National Police, nakipag-ugnayan tayo sa Armed Forces of the Philippines na lalaban tayo kontra sa mga illegal. Lalaban tayo sa kontra sa mga kriminal. Hindi nila pwede isabotahe ang peace and order ng Zamboanga para makabalik ang mga illegal. We will fight them. We will go head-on with them. Manix Dalipe, when I become mayor, we will erase all the illegal activities of this criminal syndicate here in the city of Zamboanga. Lalabanan namin sila.
All right. Thank you, sir. Next question is on the ayuda and social welfare services. Many eligible families, especially indigenous peoples or IPs, remain excluded from the 4Ps program despite being profiled. Likewise, many senior citizens miss out on government assistance due to limited slots, leaving vulnerable residents in Zamboanga City without much needed support. If elected as mayor, how would you ensure these programs are fairly distributed to all eligible beneficiaries? And what specific steps would you take to prevent misuse or misappropriation of these resources?
Thank you, May.
Thank you.
Isa akong taga-suporta talaga ng new technology ng ICT. Kailangan natin matag lahat ng tao sa Zamboanga City. Para hindi na as you say, meron tayong napapabayaan ng mga kababayan, hindi nakakatanggap ng ayuda. So ito, dapat lahat ng residents ng Zamboanga City, itatag natin through the Office of the City Social Welfare and Development at sinimulan na yan ngayon, dapat lahat ng mga residente sa Zamboanga ay meron na tayong database. At yung mga magiging bagong residente, due to immigration, dapat ma-update rin natin. Para at least malaman natin sa datos natin kung sino ba talaga yung hindi pa nakakatanggap at nakatanggap na at hindi pa ulit-ulit. So we have to use technology to be able to have a database of all of the residents of Zamboanga City. Mahirap pag aasa lang tayo. Ito by experience. Ngayon ko lang nalaman. Kasi ang presumption natin, ang mga tao na may alam sa barangay, yung barangay officials. Pero minsan nagrereklamo rin yung mga tao sa ground na kung sino lang yung malapit. Pero para maiwasan yung ganong klaseng senaryo, we have to use technology. We have to use, computers to have this database para matag natin lahat ng tao sa Zamboanga City, ma-profile natin sila lahat, at lahat pwede natin bigyan ng tulong sa ayuda at iba pang programa. At ang kailangan is isang mayor na malapit sa national government kasi lahat ng malalaking programa ng ayuda ay galing sa national government. So kailangan natin ng isang alkalde, isang mayor na malapit sa national government para mas marami pang maiuwi na ayuda para sa Zamboanga City.
All right. Thank you, sir. Next issue. We're halfway through. The next issue is on food security. A 2024 World Food Program report highlights 7 key livelihood zones in the Zamboanga Peninsula, including aquaculture, rice farming, and crop production. However, rising temperatures due to climate change threaten these industries and future food supply. The question is, what measures should Zamboanga City prioritize to protect food security from the impacts of climate change?
Well, ngayon, sinimulan na namin yung irigasyon para sa mga different farming communities. Hindi lang yung irigasyon para sa mga rice fields natin, pati irigasyon para sa mga upland farmers natin. At nagtayo na tayo ng maraming proyekto na nagbibigay ng patubig sa ating mga farmers association at sa mga ibang mga nangangailangan ng tubig, especially sa agriculture. So yan, sinimulan na natin at hindi natin pwede i-push ang food security program without planning properly our water resources. Kailangan natin ng tubig. At hindi natin, we will not be able to progress further our program for food security if we will not be able to manage our water resources. So yan ang kailangan ko ituloy. Pag naging mayor ako, itutuloy natin yung mga programa natin for irrigation and water management for our farmers, for our residents, for the entire city of Zamboanga.
Thank you, sir. Next, please. The issue is on floodings. Zamboanga City has faced severe weather repeatedly over the past 5 years, leading to floods, landslides, loss of lives, and massive damage, affecting nearly 70,000 people and displacing thousands. Many believe the city's flood control and disaster preparedness are still lacking. If elected as mayor, how would you strengthen disaster preparedness and improve the city's response to these recurring calamities?
Well, we have to get data from the experts. We have to map again yung mga disaster-prone areas of Zamboanga City. So, kailangan natin makita ulit, ito bang mga communities na to na nandyan ngayon na hindi naapektuhan dati ay prone na ngayon sa mga calamities and disasters. So, ngayon, kukunin natin yung datos sa mga expert like DOST, Pag-asa at mga iba pang ahensya na makakatulong sa atin. Then, doon napapasok yung ating na sinasabi kong comprehensive land use plan. Kasi hindi naman pwede papatirahin natin ang mga tao sa isang community, sa isang area, sa isang sitio, isang purok sa Zamboanga City na alam natin base sa datos ng mga eksperto na palagi silang matatamaan ng baha. So we have to have the data from the experts, yung mga scientists natin, plus imamap natin ulit yung comprehensive land use plan at iplaplano natin kung saan pwede gumawa tayong ng mga communities na magiging resilient sila, na hindi tuwing may bagyo, taon-taon may darating na bagyo, babahain sila, i-evacuate natin, i-relocate natin, para mas maganda siguro kung mas maplano natin ang mga communities, residential areas, to more resilient areas na hindi talaga binabaha. So yun ang gagawin natin. At of course, nandyan na rin yung kasabay natin ng mga infrastructure project. May ginagawa tayo existing ngayon ng mga mega dike for the existing communities here in the city of Zamboanga, which caters to Bungan, Giwan, Tetuan, Mampang, and the other areas of Zamboanga City.
All right. Thank you, sir. Next, please. Education is our next key issue. The Philippines ranked 77th out of 132 countries in the 2022 Global Knowledge Index, scoring only 44.1 out of 100, which is below the world average. This reflects moderate performance in education, innovation, and research and development. The question is, if elected, what initiatives would you implement or legislate to strengthen formal and vocational training in our city? And how would you secure funding, resources, and partnerships to achieve these goals?
So, kailangan talaga ng Zamboanga City isang mayor na maganda yung ugnayan sa national government. Kasi ang education talaga, pag tingnan natin, whether it is the Department of Education or yung mga state universities and colleges, lahat ng suporta niyan galing sa national government. At si Manix Dalipe, since maganda yung ugnayan natin sa national government, pag naging mayor tayo, mas papalakasin natin yung suporta sa mga SUCs at sa Department of Education, suporta galing sa national government. At pwede ko sabihin sa ating mga kababayan dito sa Zamboanga City na I will use my close connection with the Executive Department, Legislative Department of the National Government in bringing those programs to Zamboanga City. So yun ang gagawin ko.
Thank you, sir. Next, please. The issue is on teenage pregnancy
By
and
the way,
child abuse.
pwede ko add 5 seconds? Add
Sure po.
yung sa education. Add lang yan. Sinimulan na natin yan. Nagpagawa na tayo ng nagpagawa tayo ng mga educational structures sa ating mga state universities and colleges.
All right. Thank you, sir. The next issue is on teenage pregnancy and child abuse. Okay? Still related to education. So, Zamboanga City faces a severe crisis of sexual violence against minors, with nearly 100 cases in just 8 months as of last year, 85% of which involved incest, according to police reports. This issue is linked to rising adolescent pregnancies, often due to abuse and limited access to education and healthcare. What immediate steps should be taken to end this and protect young women's futures?
Well, when I get elected as mayor, I will coordinate right away with the Office of the City Social Welfare and Development Office, and we would have to conduct those programs or seminars for the parents and teach them how to be able to relate to the new generation of Zamboangueños. Kasi minsan may communication
Gap.
challenge ngayon with parents and ang ating mga kabataan. So, I will challenge the Office of the City Social Welfare to come up with programs on how to be able to impart to the parents on how they can communicate with their children para hindi ito mangyari yung teenage pregnancy. So, kasi ngayon parang limited na yung pag-uusap ng parents at ng kanilang anak tungkol sa sex education. So, kailangan ng approach siguro na yung parents maturuan ng Social Welfare Office kung paano i-impart or paano i-handle yung information sa kanilang mga anak.
All right. Second to the last question is on solid waste management. Very timely. The Philippines struggles with excessive plastic use and poor waste management, producing millions of tons of plastic waste every year. About 20% of it ends up in the ocean, making the country a major contributor to global marine pollution. In Zamboanga City alone, waste generation is expected to reach 280,000 tons by the end of this year. If elected as mayor, what specific strategies would you implement to improve solid waste management in the city?
Well, sabi nga nila, yung basura kasama yan ng development, ng progress. So the bigger Zamboanga City will grow, the more garbage we will be having. So I would be looking into new forms of new technology on how to handle solid waste, particularly siguro waste to energy at kung ano pa yung mga magandang ginagawa ng mga ibang bansa. Pero kasi yung existing ngayon, nag-usap kami ni Mayor John Dalipe, yung solid waste management or yung sanitary landfill ay nagiging magiging problema magkakaroon tayo ng problema kasi mahal na yung lupa in the years to come. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, hindi nagiging mura yung lupa sa Zamboanga City. Nagmamahal siya, nagdodoble, nagtitriple. But in other countries, ginagamit na ngayon nila yung waste to energy technology kasi may mga bagong technology na hindi masyadong nagpo-pollute sa ating environment. So, kailangan natin i-adapt na yon kasi with the bigger population and the more progressing mas progreso yung Zamboanga City, kailangan natin ng new technology on how to handle waste. Aside from yung the usual waste segregation natin. So, kailangan talaga natin ng bagong technology para paano natin masolve itong problema ng basura, which is waste to energy.
All right. Thank you. Sir, last issue, please. The last issue is on corruption. The Philippines ranked 114th out of 180 countries in Transparency International's 2024 Corruption Perception Index, highlighting issues like bribery and nepotism. The ranking also reflects the effectiveness of anti-corruption measures, including enforcement, prosecution, and whistleblower protection. If elected as mayor, what strategies would you implement or legislate to combat corruption and ensure transparency and accountability in the city government?
Well, one is we have to use technology to combat corruption. When you use technology, we will be lessening red tape. Kasi ang problema sa corruption yung red tape. So, kung pwede, lahat ng transaksyon contactless. At least wala ka nang inaareglo, wala kang kinakausap. Kung gusto mo magbayad ng buwis o ng anong kailangan mo bayaran sa City Hall, diretso na online, sa cellphone apps. At wala ka nang kailangan kausapin na tao para wala ka nang kailangan aregluhin pa. Let's say, pag sa bidding, online na lahat. So, wala ka nang kailangan kausapin rin. At sa mga kung ano pang kailangan mo na iproprocess na papeles, online na lahat. Kasi with technology, with the use of technology, pag nakat natin yung red tape, makakat natin yung corruption. Kasi yung corruption naman nangyayari pag may interaction sa bawat tao. Pero,
may fixers.
Yes, may mga fixer kasi mahirap yung proseso. Pero pag pinadali natin yung proseso, walang mag-gigimin sa corruption, walang mamimigay at walang tatanggap. So, ganyan ang gagawin natin. So, when I get elected as mayor of Zamboanga City, yun yung nakita kong isa ngayon. Nag-usap kami ni Mayor Jan Dalipe. Sabi ko, pag ako naging mayor, dapat automated na yung city government of Zamboanga. Kung gusto mag-apply business permit sa cellphone mo lang, pwede ka na. Pwede nga tayo ngayon bumili ng siomay sa cellphone lang. Ngayon, mag-a-apply ka pa ng business permit, kailangan pa pumunta doon. Cellphone na lang, pwede na. So we will automate the transactions of the city government para wala ng human interaction, wala ng areglo-areglo, at mabawasan natin yung red tape. At dyan, mababawasan natin yung corruption. At transparent pa. Kung ano yung ginagawa ng gobyerno, since it is already automated, pwede natin i-flash. Lahat ng tao may access to the information, makikita nila, no? At yan ang isang panglaban rin sa corruption Dapat transparency.
All right. Thank you so much, Sir Manix, for your ideas and your plans. So we're now at the final part of our conversation. Sir Manix, this is your chance to speak directly to the people of Zamboanga. Sir, why should you be the next mayor of Zamboanga City?
Okay. Okay. Sige. Sa English, baka ano? Kosa?
Masking Kosa. Yes.
Okay. Si Manix Dalipe, tiene sinceridad, tiene dedikasyon, tiene vision, tiene foresight. Nisita kita un leader na Zamboanga City, ken pwede mira plan niya para na futuro del Zamboanga. Nisita un leader, pwede lilib ako ng Zamboanga, plan niya for Zamboanga City 10 years from now, 20 years from now. Debe tiene el dedikasyon, debe hindi le tamad, debe hardworking le. Si Manix Dalipe, ara pa lang na kongreso, 100% perfect attendance na kongreso, hindi ka chuta na absent. So I work overtime, double time na kongres, para libabolbe kung mga programa iasepasa el mga legislasyon para kung diaton mga viviente sa kinasyudad de Zamboanga. So, si Kedeta Minyo Mayor, ese di mio dedikasyon, di mio sinceridad, como tatrabaha gayot, ay libat amin nyo, hindi tamin nyo man absent na City Hall. Trabagat nyo doble, triple para kung diaton mga vivientes. Plus, el bonito pa aquí, no? Si kada kita mayor, pwede kita usa el diaton buen relasyon con el gobierno nacional para ase mas corre el progreso del ciudad de Zamboanga. Y mira kita Zamboanga de antes, donde lejos le na gobierno nacional. Necesita el Zamboanga un liderato que cerca con el gobierno nacional para pwede kita libabolbe con el mga ayuda, libabolbe con el mga programa de edukasyon, ibabolbe ko ng mga programa del diaton mga vivientes para kita mas progresibo. Ya prinsipyo kita development, ya planta, ya prinsipyo kita kumpra con el Tierra del Nuevo Airport, abrir kita mga highway, planta kita mga hospital nuevo, planta kita mga eskwela. Si Manix Dalipes kada alcalde del Ciudad Zamboanga. If I become mayor of Zamboanga City, we will continue that development. Acorda, Manix Dalipe, number 1 of performance, number 1 na ayuda, number 1 na progreso, Manix Dalipe.
Thank you, Sir Manix, for sharing your plans with us. We appreciate your time and commitment to serving Zamboanga City, and best of luck, sir.
Thank you, May.
Thank
you
you
so much. It was an experience.
Thank you. So to our viewers, this conversation is part of our commitment to keeping you informed before you cast your vote on May 12. You have the power to shape the future of our city. So choose wisely and vote responsibly. This has been the Ateneo de Zamboanga University Local Candidates Interview Series. Muchas gracias a todos. Stay informed, stay engaged, and we'll see you at the polls on May 12.